Bryson he's one of those writers that like I wish I could put my finger on it because it's so sort of like he has such a specific voice, but he will talk about the most sort of inane things and you just like he brings such life to it and it's hilarious. And he's so wry and he's that like sort of British, you know, sort of dryness that I love and just it's hilarious. I mean, he could rewrite the phone book and it would be funny. We just wanted to make sure that Bryson always kept that sort of dry sense of humor, and Katz also like matched it. And it wasn't not necessarily that they have the same sense of humor, but they could play off each other in a really sort of playful way, and that was something that was important to us. And I think you know the other thing that Redford always talked about was making sure that the comedy and the pathos were in balance, and that's something that we worked really hard on, and because that's in the book too. I don't even know how to describe the dynamic. It exists sort of on screen, and but it also sort of exists off screen. And I remember early on Company You Keep, which was the first time they worked together. There was a scene of the two of them in the truck, and they were just driving. And in between, they would just be telling stories, and they'd cut their mics, and they would just we'd see them in the truck, and they'd just be telling stories and just laughing. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is the perfect setup for what's going to happen for Walk in the Woods. And yeah, and it's great. I mean, I think the chemistry between the guys is impeccable. The trail's a completely volunteer run sort of and maintained thing, and the Appalachian Trail Conservancy is the governing body, if you will, you know, if it is such a thing, of all of these different clubs. And so we had their support, which was incredible. And so then with that support, we had the support of all the local clubs. So we could get access pretty much to whatever we wanted. And they were, I mean, the support that we got from the ATC was, you know, incredible. I mean, we really owe a huge amount of gratitude to those guys. This is a movie that's very much about it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And I think the trail represents that journey. I mean, it is in its own right, it is multifaceted. It has a lot of different flavors, a lot of different colors. It has hard parts, it has easy parts. It has, you know, uphills and downhills and obstacles that seem insurmountable, yet somehow you kind of are able to traverse it. And I think that's the beautiful metaphor for life and for this film. Kristen Shaw plays Mary Ellen, who's brilliant and hilarious and does a great job. Emma Thompson, who's a gift to the world, no question. One of my favorite humans on the planet. Inspiring both as an actress, as a writer. I mean, she's just like, she's incredible. And one of the nicest people. I mean, she's really like an incredible person. Mary Steenburgen, who also I love and is amazing and came in and was just like, you know, not a huge role, but brought such sort of life to it. And the dynamic between she and Redford was so, I don't know, it was just, it was powerful. It was fun. I really loved it. Ken is probably the nicest human being I've ever met in my life. He's incredible. He's got his resume, obviously a ton of comedy, which is great. He's funny as a human, which makes it really nice. He's also, I mean, he's so nice and genuine. Um, I think because he's from the Midwest and the movie sort of has a Midwestern anchor in a way because the guys were from the Midwest. Um, and he's also, you know, the way I think a tone gets set on set and on a production from the top. And between Ken and Redford, we just had like, you know, there was no, I don't know, no one was a prima donna. The music is, to me, is a reflection of the sort of world that we're in. And I think the Lord Huron music particularly has that sound of, you know, it has this sort of grand sound, this big sweeping epic sound of nature in a big broad world and a big canvas. But it also has, you know, it has a sort of intimacy to it as well, which is great. And I think the movie has that as well. And so that was, to me, it was like a tremendous find for the film.